from birth to death, life is broken down into different stages. Your age determines the stage that you belong. For example, if you fall within the ages 20 to 35, you belong to a stage of life that is called the early adulthood stage. Each stage of life, there are certain things that are allotted to it that anyone that is in that stage of life is supposed to achieve for himself. It's at the point that you achieve this in this stage that you'll be termed to be successful in life. As a marriage counselor, I've had the opportunity to meet with a lot of singles. And the guys I met that are yet to marry in their late 30s and early 40s, most of them seem to have a kind of notion. They don't get bothered. They say they are guys. They can wake up one day to say, I am ready for marriage, and they are not affected. And they will just go ahead and get married. Unlike the female folks, they believe the female folks should be the one that should be worried, because if they are not married in their late 30s and early 40s, that they are having a problem. Anyway, if you are one of those guys that hold that opinion, listen to me very carefully. You are totally wrong. I want us to do some calculations together for you to know the risk you stand when you choose not to marry as a guy because you think, yeah, I'm a guy, I can just get married at any time. Let's go on. At the early adulthood stage, that is between 20 and 35. If at 35 you make up your mind as a guy that, okay, I'm ready, let me get married, and you get married at the age of 35, let us assume that all things work together for your good. And at 36, that is a year after the marriage, you are blessed with a child. It means at 36, you have your first child. At that moment, your salary no longer caters for yourself and your wife alone. There is a third person in the family. It means there is a bigger responsibility for you. Now, at the bigger responsibility you have, it's going to continue that way till that child grows up to also become independent, to the point of being able to build his own family, and you are no longer responsible for, the upbringing of the child. Now, let us assume your child becomes independent at the age of 33. Let's do the calculation together. At the age of 33, you give back to him at 36. Okay, he becomes independent. And let's put these two figures together. 33 plus 36, that is 69. Do you know what the arithmetic is telling us? It means you cannot afford to stop working before you are 69 because the child is still not independent yet. Imagine that in your retirement age, you still use the same energy you used to use when you were younger to raise money for the upbringing of your child, most especially if you choose to be a responsible and a good parent. At 69, this is not healthy. That is why so many people, they work, they have a nice job. At their old age, they don't still enjoy life. And most of them don't die well because they got things wrong while they were growing up. You can avoid this, and that is exactly why I have brought this topic to discuss it with you. Whatever stage you are in life, if you fail to achieve what you are supposed to achieve at that stage, it becomes a problem. You see, you can't remain on a stage for life. All right, because your age automatically pushes you to the next stage in life. So if at stage 1, you don't achieve what you are expected to achieve at that stage, your age pushes you to the next stage. It means the responsibility you have at the stage 1 is carried over to the next stage, and it keeps on like that. You have to achieve these things with a pure consciousness. Don't run your life the way you like. Even God himself teaches us in the Bible that life is based on time and season. So the things that are allotted for a particular season, if you fail to get them, it's going to be a problem. I'm not giving you a push to rush into marriage. I just want to bring it to your consciousness that if you are not affected by those factors that you can't control to get married, I think you should start making the move immediately, because it's a huge risk when you get married at a late stage of your life. There are some factors. There are some factors we can't control. As a lady, you may not be able to choose that this is when I'll get married because it's the guy that actually has the financing. I want to encourage you, don't be discouraged in your late 30s or early 40s and you are not married. God can do all things. I need you to begin to pray now. Most of the time, when our women are not married, the problem is not the women per se, it's actually the men. If the men are not negatively affected, the women will not be abandoned. So I need you to build up a kind of prayer life that wherever your husband is, if it is money he needs, if it is consciousness he needs, if it is for him to wake up to his senses that this is the right thing to do at the right time, you better begin to pray those prayers. I pray God will favor you. But as a matter of reality, lateness in anything in life is a major problem. I pray God will give you speed. Thank you, and God bless you.